happening? 2021. We're going to visit the subject of self-improvement, reading the lecture given by the minister some time ago, like 1986. And we're just going to read excerpts of it to get an understanding as we study these words. It says, so the scripture is right in teaching. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? What would it profit us to build magnificent technology and the soul of those human beings are wretched and deprived and undeveloped and rotten from within? How does one lose one's soul? He says. What is so important about the soul, or the essence of our being, that if we lose it, we lose everything? Wow, that's an interesting piece right there. It says that on the day of judgment, that if a man owned all the wealth that is in the earth, he would ransom it to keep himself from chastisement of God. Well, what about the chastisement of God that is so great? And what is it about the wealth that people abundantly seek that is so little that you would give it all away to save your life in a time of trouble? This is why we're going to visit the topic self-improvement, because it is the improvement of each of us as human beings that is lacking in the world. And because instead of human beings improving, they are degenerating, then there is no hope for the cities, there's no hope for the towns, there's no hope for the nations, for they are all on the path of self-destruction. Now, it is stated that God created man to face difficulties. God has brought us all onto the earth to face one difficulty after another. And it is the facing of these difficulties and the overcoming of these difficulties that help us to improve our character and improve ourselves. Now, the key word is to face a difficulty. To face a difficulty means to look at it, to assess it, to summon the total strength of our being to oppose it, to overcome it, to have a determined, preserving courage, spirit to overcome the difficulty. There is no difficulty that man is faced with that man does not have the ability to overcome. If he wills summon the strength of his being against the obstacles in his pathway, he will obtain progress. But how many of us turn our backs towards difficulties? Whenever the difficulties come, we turn away from it, trying to find an easy road out of the difficult situation. And I'm talking to all of us. How many of us, when a difficult situation arises in our life, summon the strength of our being to stand resolute and firm in the face of that difficulty to overcome it? Or do we turn away? Now, these are just something to think about. We're going to go a little further into the whole meaning of self-improvement and cover that in bits and pieces. But that's just the introduction of what we're going to be talking about. A little bit about self-improvement, which is the basis for the community to improve. Okay? Chiming out.